Rings. Okay, hopefully this is if I got Rumble working the way it used to. Let me check. So apparently, aha. So Rumble is kind of screwed up. I don't know. It's always been this way, but somehow they made it more clear. When you sign there's like a user account and there's like a your video account. So it's two different things. So if you user account, so I guess if you want to make 5 different video accounts, it's so messed up because all the videos have been going to my user account, which still makes no sense because apparently nobody can see it there or can't find it and I changed the live stream to update it and it wasn't as clear as it used to be of what to click on. Why it's like I don't know. It shouldn't be like that, but you can't. Rumble's always been kind of complicated. But my stuff's been going to my user account, which nobody can find, which makes no sense. It shouldn't matter really. Even if you have a user account and a video account, it shouldn't matter. You should be able to find either one, but apparently not. That's why views have been freaking dead recently. And I didn't realize it just took me a while to figure out what was going on there. So, anyways, I sent emails about it. It's still kind of shady. You look online, it's like people still can't. It's like, why did they do that? So, anyway, Rumble's been kind of because they have those rights and all that. You know, exclusive rights on Rumble and all that. It's weird. Oh well, it's the only thing we got going on right now. So, YouTube's not. Still haven't found any hope for that. I'm not sure that might be a timeline I can't open up again, no matter what I do. So this should be fine. So as far as I know, everything's running. As far as I know, I'm not going to go check everywhere. No, we're not going to do that. Okay. It's Friday night. We have the weekend, the holiday weekend coming up. Or is this something like that? Esoteric private sessions. I think we do. Change this around. I'm going to change it again. Just make it a little bit better than it was. I just need the box is a little bit more clear, but I don't know, just something different than it was before. So I have sessions. I also have the shop here. So yeah, overall change on the site. And okay, I'll change the color of this eventually. There's no rush on that, but either way, it still works overall, I guess. And just anyway, yeah, it's technical stuff on the other side of it. Just don't make a whole lot of sense. What I use shouldn't have a lot of issues, but it does. So I think we should get. All right, so Galactic Federation of Esoteric Realms. Gosh, I don't know if I spelled that right. Esoteric. I think I spelled right. Yeah, so it's supposed to be Galactic Federation of Realities, but it's worded a little bit differently. So just basically get our basically it's esoteric realms, all the witches and weirdness and all that, just the hidden places on a neutral level. So basically kind of like connecting to the magic realms, we'll say. Of course, you've heard of the Galactic Federation of World, of course, it's like a federation for everything. And Interstellar Alliance. Now that's connected to the sci-fi show Babylon 5. So not that I'm going to go into Babylon 5. This is basic. Babylon 5 was like an idea that was pitched before Deep Space Nine, and Deep Space Nine stole everything. Yeah. So Babylon 5 is just Not as popular, I don't think. What's Star Trek? It's like the king of everything. So Interstellar Alliance basically just so a diplomatic reality or alien reality, whatever it is. So that's different. Wasn't expecting that. That's cool. Yeah, it makes sense. Looking at our world, it's like, yeah, yeah, everything not to do. Yeah, God bless this world, I guess. Yeah. It's one thing of self sabotage. I mean, you're gonna have that here and there in your life, but if you have the intentions to improve, that you'll get there somehow. If you're just there to destroy yourself, well, that seems to be very common here. Like the mentality here, and it's not everybody, but it's a good amount. It's like they call their friends and tell them how bad their lives are. Like, wow, like this happened to me, that happened to me. Oh, jeez, like, yeah. And then you wonder why the world isn't going anywhere. It's like a flat tire. Enjoy being a flat tire. Yeah, a lot of self love stuff going on there. So, all right. So, to the Galactic Federation of Esoteric Realms. I might just open up a whole nother realm there, or reality. Yeah, I think yeah, crown chakra. Interesting. And then Interstellar Alliance. So, all right, blessings. Here we go. Greece. The connections of Galactic Federation as esoteric realm. Well, you can call it whatever you want. There is a galactic frequency within your magic realms, but the magic realms do act or seem superior to all realities. In your world, you are always accessing a version of it through manifestation, through your own looks, through your own mental power, and so on. You don't have to go too deep into it. So, in the magic realms, not everyone can access that frequency to a higher level, like a wizard frequency. Not, it's like trying to get everybody to be a plumber or a doctor. It's just, I mean, you can have that role, yes, but it doesn't mean everybody has to be at that level. Of course, you have some type of magic, like pixie dust, and that type of frequency connected to. You'd be surprised. The beings here, the elf beings, you'd be surprised how many of them are dragons and so on. The Garthian realms are healing the alien presence that's here. The best of their ability. Not to say they're perfect, but this is their territory. It's the inner earth, the middle earth. This is their world. Of course, not all of them incarnate here constantly due to the unwanted frequencies here. We realize just there's a difference between the physical realm, obviously the Garthian realm. Now you can look at that however you want, and it's whatever. We're just going to go by the frequency as speaking at. Some feel like they believe it or not, it doesn't matter. You may as well tap into that. Those that incarnate here in the physical realm obviously have a certain mindset. Expectations, third dimension, they either connect to their own magic or they deny it all the time. The Garthian realms is a older place. And it's like, the physical realm is a reflection of it. The darkness. So as you see with Lord of the Rings, it's not all roses there, as you would say. So magic has to heal also. The magic realms are healing the alien presence here, but also the aliens have to deal with the magic realms. Like, where did this magic come from? Where did it originate from? It's like, yeah, where'd you get that from? So, and that doesn't always have the best story around it. Doesn't mean you sell out, but it means that, sometimes magic can be stolen. You see that in the lower dimensions all the time. Doesn't mean you're a lower dimensional being. Well, intentions aren't so great, but you can also inherit it also. So those that steal magic, yeah, they don't usually get to keep it. You can also cause insanity. It can do a lot of things. Those that incarnate with a lot of looks and perfections and all of that, and then the Grim Reaper comes, but doesn't have to take their life, but kind of take ownership of them and things like that, manipulate their frequencies or whatever it goes on with that. For those that aren't going for those first off, those that have crazy beautiful looks and all that in one reality incarnation, and then you clear that out to connect more to yourself and not having you don't care about appearances anymore, which is a hard one to do. It is also very brave because some incarnate they always have to be attractive to themselves. Everyone get attention, narcissism, and so on. So yes, many are incarnating here for the breakdown of the narcissism, which is not fun. And not to say all attractiveness is connected to narcissism. Some are what you call a natural beauty and inherit it through their own karma, positive frequencies. Though of course you have witches here that are warlocks that don't care about any of that and just find some way to be attractive and don't care the consequences as long as they get what they want. The Kardashians have a lot of that. Not to say they're the most attractive group out there. There's a lot of weaponization and manipulation there, even beyond their understanding. And there's a lot of witchcraft there for sure. Or they're like low-level witches. There's power beyond them going on with that. It's false expectations on society. It is kind of like a royalty in the U.S. to some level on a narcissistic level. Of course, you have your King Charles and all of that. Obviously, that's the devil in a suit, basically, and they're already making itself known. I mean, if it was an actual devil walking around with red skin and all that, that would definitely get your attention. But they're not going to do that. Of course, the queen was worse. But yeah, these are kind of demonic beings, basically, in your royal family. Of course, I'll never agree to that. Those put a press release on that one. But the family is demonic. It's connected to the Dracula energies, and that's not exactly home cooking and Martha Stewart living. Far from it. It's bloodshed that brought in that royalty energy. And as more of it's exposed, I have conspiracies. It's difficult for people to accept that one because they gave their power away. And of course, the beings that receive that power, it's a high, it's their cocaine. So, but eventually these monarchs will break down. And what would you do after that? Well, that's the other thing. It's well, not that this will happen in your lifetime, but there will be a time when a lot of monarchs start to lose their power, lose their steam. Or he's seen to a version of that, but it can go much deeper. But obviously, when that occurs, where do you go from there? So, yeah, it's not as easy as it sounds either. I mean, there is a easy or you can come up with the idea, but executing is a whole other thing. So. For so many people have given away their power, we should say the royal family and the Vatican. The Vatican is obviously worse. Magic there, very low frequency magic, obviously. They didn't have to put a lot into that. That's why they have to have celebrities to keep the siren frequency going, to keep this false reality going. Not the easiest thing to break down. As more humans out, you see technology, the AI and all that. Keep that in mind though. The power is coming back to the people. Call it what you want. You have your TikTok that might look ridiculous, but it is going back to the people. So that's important. Doesn't say that people know what the hell they're doing, but it's still coming back to you. Responsibility or not, yes, train wrecks and all that. Welcome home. But at least the power is coming back to the people. Artistic energies, of course, there's performance energy with your TikToks, and there's some art, of course, but at least it's coming back to the people. not to judge, but at least it's my not everyone has to be a heavy intellectual hill. Sometimes not being a complicated person obviously is it's like surfing in some ways. At least surfing is not exactly easy, but it's kind of like surfing through life because you don't have to make things too complicated. Of course, they do that anyway in their own way, but sometimes just living a simple life, similar to like being a cat or a dog, you can be that as a person too. But they still have a lot of power, just not always aware of it. Cats and dogs are aware. A lot of people here aren't aware of it, so that's interesting. That's the difference there. Of course, it's a lot more complicated than that. So. Frequencies, Interstellar Alliance frequencies of will probably come also through tomorrow's broadcast because we have much to speak of. Your so yes, we are like a diplomatic realm. Maybe not the most. Our humor is bland as you can get. As for why your world is the way it is, obviously you see it here currently. Those that just ruin it for everybody in your classrooms, wherever at the workplace. Uh, that's like a reminder of how you got here. Let's put it that way. There's a lot more weaponized in the past, a lot more mental power. Basically, the human at its highest and lowest at the same time. The Atlantean realms are still, those of you who need to tap into it, please do. It's very diverse. It's not, it can suck you in and not do the best. Yeah. If you feel like you're not well, it's you're either tapping into his darkness or it doesn't mean it's attacking, but it's not exactly, it's like reading a book with just a lot of heavy wrongdoings. And Atlantis going down is probably just as well also, so you don't know all the atrocities that occurred there. Inhumane. You thought World War II was bad. That was actually worse back then. Humanity went through its upgrade. So in humanity, you can say, yes, you already were human, you already had your own DNA, but obviously alien beings come and do whatever they feel like. And it's also part of your process too. Well, it's like you're an upgrade of, and the world can handle it. Oh, kind of. Not, well, sort of, not really. Some of you can handle it, many can't. Those that do overdoses and all that. We see an end to that eventually. Not yet. Uh, yeah, that's a tricky frequency. Yeah. Even the lower dimensions, I feel like a lot of that will start to cool down over time because it's running at the end of its cycle also. But not to say things are bells and whistles, everything's going to get better tomorrow or anything like that. Just putting energy out there, knowledge of this is that the lower dimensions, even the higher dimensions, can go through this too. But for your lower dimension, Earth it loses its purpose. Those beings decide to recycle, improve, or be erased from existence. A lot of them choose that because it's like, what else am I going to do with myself? Obviously, there's other aspects of them too. You have trillions of aspects, more than that. So, and sometimes you need an aspect of yourself to die. Not that we're promoting that here physically, but like I say, other versions of yourself. You feel like they're around anymore. Doesn't mean it's gone forever, but just to give you an insight to how this world works. This world is a blessing and a curse. The blessings are great until it all goes away or something occurs. And it's a challenge also just to keep you, those that are successful and they go through challenges, kind of like to say, first off, do you want to keep that success? Second off, I wouldn't call it they deserve it, but sometimes like you just have to go through certain challenges, and sometimes you have to share it with the world. Not always, but some do. Like your Jeff Bezos and showing off his girlfriend and all of that. Yeah, there's some narcissism energy there, but also kind of a lost frequency. It's like, okay, I've accomplished this, created this business, Amazon energy. What the hell do I do with myself now? So you're seeing that. there. A lost individual. Yes, wealthy and lost. Now, obviously, you talk to them, probably say, I don't think so. But we see it differently. If you're going around and showing off like you're a celebrity and all of that, when you can be doing more, or you doesn't even have to save the world, but there is a loss. Say all the money in the world cannot still say it's showing all the money in the world cannot fix one's inner self. And even if you want to clear your inner self, doesn't mean you'll be able to. Yeah, you might walk around with big sunglasses and try to look fancy instead because it's not working going with it. You can find some way to do it. But not everybody's willing to go that heavy on it because it's not pretty. Well, to give you an understanding, like some of these huge companies, like some of these CEOs that create out of thin air, you can say, some of them have really bad karma from other incarnations and they're under someone's control. Kind of like the puppet, the stooge, to create it, trying to break free. Yeah. So, I mean, it might be their idea for the business and all that, but there's like, shareholders, elite frequencies, all of a sudden they're messing with your masterpiece and so on. So there's other actors out there, as you can see. So, blessings.